Hello everybody, today we're going to be doing a gentle evening flow. Treat this as a way to wind down. You don't need to pay too much attention to the alignment and the perfectness of the pose, but I want you to tune into how it feels and make adjustments as necessary. Let's start in all fours. So have the hands shoulder width apart, knees or hip width apart. And here, just start to soften into your body. Deepening your breath, inhaling and exhaling in through your nose, out through your nose. On your next inhale, start to articulate through the spine, going for some cat-cows, arching the tailbone up as you bend the lower back, mid-back, upper back, chin comes up. Exhale, rounding the back, lead from the tailbone. Lower back rounds, mid back rounds, upper back rounds. Head and neck are heavy. Inhale to arch. Squeezing the shoulder blades in towards each other as the chest comes forward, chin comes up. Exhale, rounding under, allowing the shoulder blades to spread wide. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Let the arms be straight and strong as you allow the spine to develop more mobility. Exhale, sigh everything out. Pushing strongly with the hands. One more round, last one. Inhale to arch. And exhale to round it all down, all out. Now come to find a neutral spine. Hold this position. Bring the right arm up towards the ceiling as you open up the chest. Turn and twist. On the exhale, the right hand will come underneath the left arm. Your right ear and the right shoulder touch the mat, threading the needle. If you want more of a stretch, you can spin to the back of your head, looking up towards the ceiling. This allows the shoulder blade to spread even wider. Let the breath deepen here as you sink into the pose. Slowly come back up. Right arm reaches up towards the ceiling. Turn and twist. And then hand to the floor. 2 rounds of cat-cow. Inhale to arch. Exhale to round. Inhale. And exhale. Left side, come to find a neutral spine. Left arm reaches up towards the ceiling, turn and twist. Left hand comes underneath your right arm. Left ear and left shoulder touch the floor. Again, if you want more, you can spin to the back of your head. Deepening the breath here. Focusing on the quality of your breath, the pace of your breath. Can you make your breath longer and deeper as you twist? Slowly come back to center. Inhale, left arm reaches up. And then bring the hand down. Inhale, arching the spine. Exhale, round. Inhale to arch, last one here. And exhale, ease everything out. Neutral spine. We're coming into puppy pose, so keep the knees where they are. Walk the hands one step forward, and then crawl the fingertips out to the front as much as you can. Now from here, lower your chest towards the floor. while keeping the knees and the hips in one line. If you want more of a stretch, the chin can slide forward. If you want less of a stretch, you can lower the forehead towards the mat. If this pose is too much in intensity for you, feel free to back off or use your props. Props can include blocks, blankets, pillows, or anything else you have at home. Wherever you are, can you soften the mid-back into the upper back? Can you soften the shoulder blades into your upper back? Allowing the back of your body to open and to expand. Slowly come back up. Now slide forward, forearms on the floor, coming into Sphinx pose. So you're on your forearms in a gentle back bend here. Ground the elbows heavy into the mat. As you lift the shoulders up, bring the chin all the way up towards the ceiling, feeling the back bend. Very slowly release the chest to the floor. Hands towards the sides of your body, pushing back, downward dog. Full stretch here. Keep the arms straight. Try to straighten the legs as much as you can. Allow the spine to lengthen and let the whole body be long. Lift the right leg up towards the ceiling. Bend the knee, open up the hip. As you open the hip, can you send the right knee up towards the ceiling? So you want to try and stack the two hip bones on top of each other. Good. Send the right knee forward. Step the right foot in between your hands. Back knee to the floor. Arms come up for a low lunge. Feeling the stretch in the left hip flexor, so left front of your thigh. If you want more, you can sink the right knee even lower. The right knee comes up beyond your toes. Breathing over here. Hands back to the floor. Step it back, downward dog. Come forward into plank. Lower knees, chest, and chin. Come forward, cobra. Pushing back, downward dog. Left leg lifts up, bend the knee, open the hip. So again, try to stack the two hip bones by sending the left knee further back. Come forward, step the left foot in between your hands, back knee to the floor, inhale, arms up, reach up. Feeling the stretch in the right hip flexor. You choose the intensity, so coming down more if you want more, easing off to back off. Bring the hands to the floor, step it back, downward dog. Okay, coming into a lunge, so step the right foot outside the right hand, back knee to the floor, so lizard lunge. So with the right foot outside the right hand, this gives a deeper hip opening to your inner groins, inner thighs. You can stay on your hands, or you can lower the forearms to the mat. If you have your forearms down, can you try to push the right knee out towards the right? So you feel this stretch in the inner groin, the inner thigh. Come back up onto your hands. Step it back, downward dog. Come forward plank. Lower knees, chest and chin. Slide forward, cobra. Push it back, downward dog. Step the left foot outside the left hand. Lizard lunge, back knee to the floor. You can tuck or untuck the toes, whichever one feels more comfortable for you. And then stay on the hands or lower down to your forearms. Here you can experiment with the weight transfer. So slide right side, left side, feeling the hips start to open and mobilize. You can also go forwards and backwards. Come back up onto your hands. Tuck the back toes, stepping back, downward dog. Full stretch here. Right side, pigeon pose. Bring the right knee to your right wrist and then let the right shin land on the mat. Allow the back foot to soften. Untuck the back toes and then stay here for a moment. Now, if your right hip is lifting quite high, I suggest you take a pillow or a block and place it underneath the right hip. Otherwise, if you're okay here, you can stay on your hands, or you can bring the forearms to the floor, softening the head, softening the neck. Hands back to the floor. Tuck the back toes. Step back, downward dog. Come forward, plank pose. Lower knees, chest and chin. Come forward, cobra. Pushing back, downward dog. Left knee, left wrist, pigeon pose, left side. Land the left shin on the floor. Walk the back foot back and untuck the toe. Again, same thing on the left hip. So if your left hip is lifting up and it gets a bit too uncomfortable, place a block or a blanket underneath the left hip, and that should feel a little bit more grounded. Now come onto your hands and just notice how it feels here. You can stay on your hands or lower down to your forearms. Allow the neck, allow the head to be heavy. Come back onto your hands, tuck the back toes, push back, downward dog. Good, bring your knees to the floor. And then we're going to come lie down flat on your back. So legs straight out in front of you. Arms down by your side. Let the whole body release. Bend your knees, hug your knees into your chest. Feeling the lower back heavy on the floor. You can rock side to side. Happy baby. Bring the arms inside the knees and then catch the outsides of your feet. Now kick the feet up towards the ceiling. In this position, your knees are bent and your hands are gently pulling the feet down to the floor. Now with your feet, can you slightly add some pressure and kick the feet up towards the ceiling? So you notice that the pull with the hands and the kick with the feet, it creates this resistance, this deeper hip stretch. You can experiment around, play around with the intensity, some more pulling or more pushing, and see how it feels on your hips. Bring the soles of your feet together to touch, and then lower your heels towards the hips, towards the floor. As you do this, can you bring the knees out towards the front? So the knees are wide, but the heels are pulling down. Hug the knees into your chest. And then bring the arms into a cactus shape. Pull the knees into your chest and then lower the knees towards your right side, your right elbow. Come back to center. Pull the knees into your chest and then lower your knees towards the left elbow. Coming back through center. Hug the knees into your chest and then slowly rolling up. Okay, thank you for joining me on the mat today. That was a little bit of a wind down flow, and I hope you feel more open and more at ease.